I'm Olaf.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I just find clothes restricting. Bet you're wondering who we are and why we're here. It's really quite simple.
You might not know this, but Frozen 3 and 4 are actually being made at the same time. The franchise director just spilled the beans and we'll finally find out who was singing to Elsa in Frozen 2. Plus, let's dive into a cool theory that could fix a long-running Disney animated movie joke. So without further ado, let's get into everything we know about these upcoming films. Disney's Frozen 2 got a mix of reviews, but its box office success made it a no-brainer for Disney to add Frozen 3 to their lineup. In the sequel, screenwriter Jennifer Lee co-directed with Chris Buck and took the story beyond Arendelle, which was a surprising move for a big Disney sequel, but showed they're willing to take some risks. While Frozen 2 doesn't have a classic villain like Prince Hans from the first movie, it wraps up with a meaningful conclusion that offers spiritual clarity for both Arendelle and the North Uldra tribe. Instead of a powerful anthem like Let It Go, the sequel features the more introspective Into the Unknown, reflecting the film's deeper themes. The ending leaves a lot of room for new developments, so fans are buzzing about what Frozen 3 will bring for Elsa, Anna, Sven, Kristoff, and Olaf. Just days after Disney's 2024 D23 Fan Expo wrapped up in August 2024, we got some exciting news about Frozen 3. The film is set to hit theaters on November 24, 2027, aiming to make a splash during the Thanksgiving holiday season. Frozen 4 will follow in 2028, though with such a far-off release date, there's always a chance that Frozen 3 might get pushed back. In an interview with Fandango post D23, franchise director Jennifer Lee shared some insights into the production of the upcoming films. Unlike the 2019 sequel, which was developed after the original, Frozen 3 and Frozen 4 are being created simultaneously. Lee mentioned that while they're still in the early scripting stages, they plan to address several big questions. These include the origins of Elsa's powers and what ultimately happens to Hans. Here's what Lee had to say. We are working on Frozen 3 and 4 at the same time. So we're working in a room where this half is Frozen 3, this half is Frozen 4, and we're standing in the middle going back and forth. We are not even fully scripted yet, we're in early scripting, so it's too soon to know where the musical language will go. What we put out today at D23 is a lot of questions. One of those questions is, who gave Elsa her powers? And another question is, what happened to Hans? But we have to put up a lot of questions that will be answered. And that's only the first page of questions that the films will reckon with. Sequels have become major box office hits for Disney in 2024, with Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine raking in over $1 billion this summer. Given these impressive numbers, it's no surprise that Disney is doubling down on sequels to their successful franchises. With the previous Frozen movies earning huge profits and critical acclaim, Disney likely expects the upcoming sequels to do equally well. Looking at the Frozen franchise's performance on Rotten Tomatoes, it's clear that both audiences and critics have embraced the films. However, creating animated movies is a lengthy process. For example, it took 6 years for Frozen 2 to follow up on the original 2013 film. By working on Frozen 3 and Frozen 4 simultaneously, Disney aims to speed up production and avoid delays. This approach helps them develop the sequels more cohesively, with Frozen 4 building up directly on the story of Frozen 3 without waiting for lengthy confirmation periods. Disney's use of simultaneous production isn't new. They've applied it successfully to the Avatar franchise, writing 3 sequels at once to ensure quicker releases. This strategy appears to be working well for Disney, and they're applying it to Frozen to keep the franchise in theaters and maintain audience interest. While this means a longer wait for Frozen 3, it should lead to a faster release for Frozen 4, keeping the magic of Arendelle alive for fans. It looks like Frozen 3 will set the stage for Frozen 4, with the upcoming sequel likely serving as a prelude to the story we'll see in the 4th film. While details are still emerging, it's expected that Frozen 3 will pick up where Frozen 2 left off, though how exactly remains speculative at this point. Frozen 2 took a unique approach by not having a traditional villain, focusing instead on uncovering the origins of Elsa's powers and the history of Arendelle. Despite this, it frequently referenced the previous film's antagonist, Prince Hans. With Anna now Queen of Arendelle and Elsa tending to the Enchanted Forest, the introduction of a new villain could shake up the dynamic between these lands. Concept art unveiled at the 2024 D23 Expo hinted at a mysterious Viking-like figure lurking behind the sisters, suggesting this could be the new antagonist. The plan to have Frozen 3 lead into Frozen 4 indicates that the third film might primarily set up the story for the fourth installment, ensuring a seamless continuation of the narrative. And who knows, we might finally find out who was singing to Elsa in Frozen 2. With Elsa being the fifth spirit, the question of her secret siren becomes even more intriguing. While it's not entirely clear, one possibility is that Olaf's theory about water having memory plays a role. Atohollen, the River of Memory, mentioned in the lullaby Idina used to sing, gathers and crystallizes memories from its surroundings. When Elsa reaches Atohollen, the ice cave reveals glimpses of her past and her mother's past, including a moment when Iduna sang over Agnar. This could suggest that the siren call Elsa heard was actually an echo of her mother's voice, projected by Atohollen to help her understand and embrace her powers as the fifth spirit. Another theory is that the voice Elsa heard could have been her own, or at least a reflection of the spirit within her. Just as Bruni, Gale, Nock, and the rock giants embody their respective elements, Atohollen embodies ice, which is a part of Elsa's spirit. Through her connection with Atohollen and her deep desire to uncover the truth about her origins, Elsa might have been calling out to herself. This theory isn't necessarily exclusive to the first one. It's possible Elsa's call was a combination of her own voice and her mother's memory. A Frozen 3 theory suggests that Elsa and Anna's parents, Queen Iduna and King Agnar, might still be alive. The franchise has always hinted at their demise, with Frozen 2 depicting them perishing in a shipwreck while searching for Atohollen. Despite witnessing a memory of their parents seemingly drowning, some fans cling to the hope that Iduna and Agnar survived. The theory posits several intriguing possibilities. Iduna and Agnar could have washed ashore at Atohollen, being captured by a sixth elemental spirit, or be trapped in the Dark Sea awaiting Elsa's powers for their release. It's also suggested that the voice Elsa heard in Frozen 2 might be Iduna guiding her towards finding them. If Frozen 3 reveals that Elsa and Anna's parents survived, it could challenge a long-standing Disney trope where animated heroes often lose their parents. This trope spans from Snow White to The Lion King, with many Disney characters facing parental loss. By potentially overturning this narrative, Frozen 3 would break away from Disney's tradition of using dead parents as a plot device, offering a refreshing twist that could redefine the franchise's impact. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. What are your thoughts on the theories about Elsa and Anna's parents possibly being alive? And how do you think Frozen 3 and 4 will handle these revelations? Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below.